Thank you for the help, by the way.
Sure.
Did you keep 3 passes?
No, but here, you need to start. Good. I saw a little bit like coming off the side.
Yeah.
So that's just the easy way to do it.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Grab that. I'm pretty good at that.
The extra 10 seconds.
Actually, yeah, I forgot. I should use the last one.
We're pretty good. 5 minutes before they start, we should be good. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Sure.
All right, we are here for the 7:15 p.m. draw on Saturday night at the Philadelphia Curling Club. This is the A event semifinals, meaning the teams on the ice have not lost yet. And even if they do lose tonight, they still get to play tomorrow anyway. So
We have a Bucks teams, a Philadelphia team, and 2 Broomstones teams.
are the 2 Broomstones teams playing each other?
They are not.
Oh, that's too bad. Maybe that'll happen tomorrow. Okay, so on sheet 1, we have Christy Kirchner's team from Bucks, and that team is Christy, who is skipping, and she is with Greg Danks as her vice, Christina Miller as her second, and Jim Fannin as her lead, probably because he power sweeps really well. They are playing Link Heffner's team from Broomstones, so it's Link and his wife Patty in the back end, and their front end is Julie and Roger Chadwick from Philadelphia. Roger, I believe, runs the juniors program on either Saturday or Sunday mornings. All right, sheet 2, we have Craig MacKinlay. His team is made up of
Katie Daly and Brian and Leslie Dutt.
I believe Katie is from Ardsley, if I remember correctly. When we played them last year, I think that's what they said. And then they are playing the Wydysh team from Broomstones, which is Jared Wydysh, Monica Walker, Brian Beck, and Laura Housley from Philadelphia. I believe Laura's brother, Ryan, curls out of Broomstones, but he is not here for this event. All right. Did any of these teams fill out fun fact sheets?
Well, let's see. The answer is mostly not.
Well, that's unfortunate.
There were no Philadelphia, no Broomstones, and some Bucks. Actually, there was one Broomstone slash Philadelphia by the name of Lincoln Heffner.
All right, so that is the Lynx team on sheet 1. All right, so we're off. Laura Housley being asked to throw a a center guard for her first rock, and Jim Fannin also being asked to throw the same. So Christie's team actually has 2 left-handers. Both she and Jim are lefties. That's half of an Oakville left-handed team right there. All right, Laura's rock going just a smidge deep to the top 4. And we will see if Craig wants to chase it. He does. He's asking Leslie Dutt to take that shot out. And so Leslie is off.
So Link did give some fun facts about his team, or him and his team, such as the average lot size where he lives being 19 acres.
Isn't he from Broomstones? Where on earth are you going to get 19 acres?
He lives in rural New Hampshire.
Oh, so he drives down to Broomstones. I see. Well, that explains why Link and his wife Patty had the diner hats from the airport diner in New Hampshire. I have to wonder if the airport diner is at the New Hampshire airport. What do you think?
That would seem likely, but I bet you there's more than one airport in New Hampshire.
Possibly. All right. So, first shot from Link's team going in a little deep, touching the 12-foot. So Christy's going to make a play on it and asks Jim to hit it out.
Jim throwing a tight guard or a tight takeout.
And looks like it'll be just fine.
Yes, just nosing it.
Yep. And Laura on her second rock with a nice little come around, and Leslie being asked to hit because both of those rocks are in the house and hittable. Looks like Brian, her husband, is sweeping away at it and will get at least the top one and make contact with the second one. So that's pretty good.
Both Brian and Leslie in the blue, so easy to tell.
Yes, it's almost as if they coordinated their outfits. Just not with the rest of their team. All right, the third rock from Link Heffner's team. Oh, wait, actually, no, it was the second rock. Julie's second rock from Link's team is a...
It is a guard in the center.
It's a center guard. All right, so Christy asking for the come around from her second, Christina.
That's good. A little tight. A little tight.
And then over on sheet 2, we have
This line. This line.
we have Brian Beck with his first rock. I think Brian also curls out of Philadelphia, doesn't he? So they've got like a half Broomstones, half Philadelphia team as well.
That is kind of the way it works. We do have a response from Jim and Greg on the survey, so we will have some facts about them.
So the Christie Kirchner Bucks County 1 team gets points for filling out some of the survey. Roger Chadwick is up. He is being asked to throw a hit. Roger told me right before he got on the ice that his first curling club is a club in Scotland that was founded in 1838. Yes! Which makes sense, I guess, since the sport of curling was originally from Scotland, that they would have the first curling club.
Takeout being called for the sweep. It looks like it's going to curl enough to nose it.
Yep, no roll. All right. Sheet 2, Brian being asked to throw a come around, I think.
It's like you can just get a little bit top 12.
Yep, so I believe the two teams on sheet 2 have both won this event before in the past. And if you want to play Kevin Bacon Trivia, we are going to start that up in the warm room in just a minute, so head over there if you
10 minutes.
If you are interested.
So
all right.
A fun fact about Greg, who is the third for Team Kirchner.
Oh wait, he hasn't thrown yet. We can't talk about that.
Oh, okay.
You can talk a fun fact about Jim Fannin, who already threw.
Jim got into curling because of Team Norway's pants. If you've never seen Team Norway's pants, they're very loud. They're kind of fun.
All right, so Brian Dutt over on sheet 2 asked to throw a hit and picked out the yellow that was sitting in the top 12. Brian and Leslie have been long-term members of the Philadelphia Curling Club. I believe they are a family of curlers, Daniel, Susan, and there's one more kid who I'm forgetting, all who are very successful curlers on their own. I believe both Susan and Daniel played competitive juniors, and Susan may still also be playing at the high performance level as well. All right, Monica Walker with her first shot on sheet 2 coming in. Monica also being a former competitive juniors herself, curls out of Broomstones. But
Greg, oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say Monica seems to travel up, down, all around on the East Coast for Bonspiels, though, so I'm very impressed by her dedication in making it to all of the Pennsylvania and perhaps even Maryland Bonspiels. All right.
Greg's shot was a draw around, just crashes onto the guard, leaving quite the pile. We could end up with an unintentional blank on this end with all the guards there.
All right. All right, what's your fun fact about Greg?
Greg wants everyone to know that he speaks a foreign language known as Kirchner.
Perhaps Christie Kirchner.
I think that is the reference.
All right. So over on sheet 2, Katie Daly just skirts past that guard and gets in for the hit, nose hit on the yellow and to bite the top 4. Very nice shot from Katie and very good sweeping from the Ducks. All right, Jared saying we need to make a play on that. Monica being asked to hit.
Let's see, Link's team does manage the go around and is now touching as in the top 12 out in the wing.
First of the house, though.
First in the, well, there was one in the house earlier that just got hit.
Oh, that's true. All right, Monica's rock needs to do some curling, so Laura trying to encourage it to curl a little bit.
We'll get a piece of it.
But the shooter will roll out. All right.
Not entirely out. Looks like it's just hanging on.
Oh, that's perhaps good enough for second shot at the moment. All right, Greg with a hit. Christie calling for sweep.
Jim sweeping quite frantically.
Well, Jim and Christina both working hard on the sweep. Okay, Katie Daly over on sheet 2 with a...
Ooh, nice roll under for the sheet 1, ending up at the top of the forefoot.
All right, Katie Daly's draw. Well, I wasn't sure if it was a draw or like a backline weight hit. She's going to make contact with that yellow and move it over. All right, Link on sheet 1 asking his wife Patty to get rid of some rocks in the front of the house.
You may actually be going for a run back there in the center, yellow, red, red.
All right, Patty with her first rock. Has some heat on it.
Looks, no.
Yes, no. That's
Yes,
definitely
no,
got some
yes,
heat
no.
on it. It's got to curl up a little bit.
Yep. It's
Oh,
going
there
to
we
curl,
go.
and it's going to nose that yellow.
Very nice. Beautiful run. Stuffs it, but that's
It's
all
okay
right.
because it sets him up for the next shot.
Yeah, she'll make it to do it all over again on her next stroke. Okay, on sheet 2, Jared with his first rock, asking to hit the open red and the 12-foot.
And any roll is good, but none will be coming.
Kind
Yellow's
of.
sitting at 2.5.
2.5, and I believe they have hammer as well. All right, so Craig is going to make a play on this yellow in the 8-foot, maybe trying to get a little bit of a roll.
Craig, one of the few curlers left around these parts that does the lifting of the stone. It's where he actually picks the stone up off the ice when he delivers.
It allows him to get a whole lot of weight on his hits. All right, Christy Kirchner with her first rock. Looking for the draw.
Sweeper's right on top of it.
Looks like, I think the line call was tight, out of hand.
And it will be on the red.
All right, we're playing the Plan B raise. That's
Plan
all
B
right.
raised. Looks like it's just a little light, and they can't get it in there.
All right, well, it was almost enough weight to get into the way of the yellow run.
The yellow run line is not quite perfect right now, so he needs to hit it just high side.
All right, over on sheet 2, we had some granite go from Craig. Lost his shooter, but got rid of that yellow that was in the 8-foot. All right, Link with his first rock. I think Link also at some point was a member of Plainfield.
Well, that would make sense as he was born in New Jersey.
Yes, Link last year won the B event. Our team played his in the B event finals.
He grew up in Glen Ridge, New Jersey.
Although I am from New Jersey myself, I have no idea where that is.
He has been a member of Ardsley, Union College, Schenectady, and Plainfield.
Wow. All right, well, he is getting rid of a rock from Christy. That was her last shooter.
But this does leave the draw still completely open.
Yep, over on sheet 2, Jared is trying to draw another one in. And Monica is directing the sweepers. And they get it to the 8-foot.
It's a great shot for them.
And Craig is now going to decide what to do for his last rock because he's got hammer. So
looks like a hit there.
a double maybe for the blank.
Well, it depends if the rock on the yellow and the side is actually biting or not.
Otherwise, I would have thought he would have come in for the draw for one. But maybe well, no, it definitely looks from this angle that it's biting, so not sure. Well, there's some weight on this one, so he's going to make some granite fly.
Yeah, that may very well be the double then.
Double, triple, I don't know.
Doesn't look like it's curling enough, though.
No, he's going to get it. But he's only going to get one, so that might be a steal of 2.
Steal of 1 at least, possibly 2.
All right, Christie's second rock is a draw.
It is coming around. Looks like it will clear the guards with plenty, but it's got a lot of weight on it.
Well, they're trying to bring it in under cover. Looks like, so Greg, being from the throwing team, has priority on his team's rock behind the tee line as the throwing team. But Patty there also counter sweeping.
This leaves Link with a draw. He just needs to bite the 4-foot to get a point.
Yep. So Greg was sweeping Christie's rock deep because he didn't want it to be backing for Link and possibly allowing him an easier time for that draw for 1. All right, over on sheet 1 we have a, well, it looks like it's going to be top 8, top 4. Maybe button actually from Laura. Yep, just looks like top button from Laura. So Craig's going to ask for the hit. Link's rock looks a little heavy and not curling very much.
It is going to probably hit that back red, but ooh, it's close to see whether it's 1 or 2.
I think it's just 1 red. That's what they're calling. Okay. So Leslie Dutt with the hit on sheet 2. Brian working on it very hard because her rock is curling.
It looks like it just misses.
Yeah, it looks like it just missed. All right. So now Jared asking for the 3 tight center guard now that he has 1 in the house. Setting himself up for the steal. All right, Christy's saying top 4. She's trying to keep the score close and seeing if Link wants to play the hit or if he's going to throw the corner. So she's testing the waters a little bit there.
Apparently Link likes to body surf.
I am not sure where you body surf in New Hampshire, but perhaps someone who was watching can tell us. All right, Laura's rock a little deep, coming into the top 8. Craig asking for the hit. All right, Jim Fannon's first rock coming into the top 12, top 8. Good job by the sweepers to get it into the house.
Brian sweeping Leslie's hit.
This one's very nice. She gets 1 of them. A little bit of a jam, but now the rocks are staggered. All right, Julie with her first rock. Looks like she was being asked to draw it to the side. Looks like this rock is going to come into the house.
Sheet 2, looking to pick off the red rock. It's curling a little too much, going to jam.
Yep. All right, Craig now thinking he wants a deuce back.
Looking at a guard.
Looking at a guard.
And Christy on sheet 1 looking to take out the rock just thrown by Julie. Jim
Calling sweep out of hand for Jim's rock. Greg and Christina working hard on it.
Yes.
Looks like
it's
they're
going
gonna
to pick it, but roll. Link sweeping to get it out.
Well, he knew it was going out, so he makes sure it's out. Okay, so we have a nice center guard from Brian Dutt here.
Does still leave that yellow-red.
Yep. Which I think is the play that Jared's calling now. Control weight hit from Brian Beck.
control weight hit, always better than the control weight guard.
Only when you play at certain clubs that have very frosty first irons. Okay, so sweepers are getting called on, off on sheet 2, which is always a good sign. Sweepers working hard on sheet 1 for Julie's rock.
Sheet 2, the hit and raise to get rid of the red. Shooter spills out, but the yellow is on the top 4.
All right, so Brian Dutt being asked to hit, probably flop under. And Christina here being asked to, is it a draw from Christy's team?
Looks like it's going to be a promote.
Okay. All are good options. All right, Brian Dutt's rock needs to curl.
Indicating that the line is pretty straight.
So Leslie trying to encourage the rock to go over. Makes contact, but not quite enough, so pokes out now on the other side. And now Jared says, let's draw to the top 4. And Monica Walker's being asked to draw to the top 4 on the intern side over on sheet 2.
The red rock just squeaking by on sheet 1 in between the red and the yellow to sit shot stone on the 8-foot. Leaves a double.
Looks like that's what Roger's being asked to play. Any other facts from Link's team?
Well, seeing as Link is the only one who has responded, he says he already has his dream job, that of being retired.
Yeah, I think being retired would be a fantastic dream job. I, too, would like to look forward to retirement sooner rather than later. All right, Monica's rock going to the back 8 there.
The attempted double just gets 1 out, but the shooter does stick.
It's nicely out in the wings, which is very helpful, as play right now is getting called to the center.
Let's see.
Christy says to draw to the top 4 or butt from Christina.
Patty and Link are 3 degrees separation from Kevin Bacon, but we learned that earlier because of the hats.
Yeah, the hats. So if you weren't here for the earlier draw, the entire team, Link's team, was wearing a
Diner hat.
A diner hat, which
Paper one.
Paper one, which also kind of looked like an ice cream hat, sort of.
Wow.
But anyway, as Patty explained it to me, the hat is from the airport diner in New Hampshire. And when Link and Patty went to the airport diner, there is a wall of famous people who have been to the diner there, and one of the people on the wall was Stephen King. Stephen King wrote the screenplay for Sleepwalkers, in which Rusty Schwimmer was a actor in it, and Rusty Schwimmer also did a movie with Kevin Bacon, and that's how they get to 3 degrees. All right. Monica's second shot, very nicely coming in top button. So now Craig is going to take a look and see if he's got a possibility for a double on the yellows.
Possible. Looks like he's going to try something.
Link's looking for the raise, I think, from Roger.
Yes, yellow-red raise.
And calling for sweep early. Patty and Julie working the rock.
It's hanging out. It's staying on line. Here it comes.
Roger also calling hard.
Just overcurls a bit too much.
All right.
Promotes it to be shot. Promotes the yellow to be shot. But it is out in the open for a hit by Christie's team.
All right, Christy Kirchner's team has also won this event before. So 3 out of the 4 teams that you see right now have won this event in the past. And Link's team is the B event winner from last year as well. So. Greg's first rock coming down on sheet 1 is a control weight hit, sweepers being asked to jump on it out of hand.
Looks pretty good. Not a lot of roll, but still sitting 3 for red and sending tremors.
All right, so Link asking his wife to throw a hack weight hit so they can get a hit and flop.
Meanwhile, Monica Walker holds the broom for a draw into the center.
So Craig's got to think about how to get his skip stakes here. Jared's rock coming in very nicely to the back of the button, back of the 4-foot.
Sheet 1 looks like just going to tick the top red.
Yeah, Link called them off sweeping, and then at the very last minute ticked it over. Raising his hand, saying to his wife that was a good throw and it was a sweeping error call on his part. All right, Katie holding the broom for Craig over on sheet 2. It looks like he's probably just going to draw down.
Maybe a heavy draw. Greg on sheet 1 is trying to throw a top 12.
To take away that hit and flop there?
Take away that hit and flop, also make it a harder draw in. Quite a few good desserts today at the club. Some good raspberry pie or raspberry pie-like thing. Lots of cookies. Sheet 1, the draw is a little heavier than intended. Gets the 8-foot. Looks like there is a double there possible. Craig's rock a little heavy on sheet 2. Makes contact with one of the back yellows and sits probably third shot.
You'll notice that over on sheet 1, Link is trying to explain to his wife what he wants. Always good when they have a conversation across the ice.
Well, luckily we have microphones at both ends, so we can hear both sides.
All right, Jared on sheet 2, throwing to the top 4, taking about only 2.5 feet of ice or so.
A little more than 2.5 feet of ice, but...
well, he's in the 6-foot, so I guess 3 feet of ice.
3 feet of ice. Here comes Patty's hit on sheet 1. It's going to tick off the top one.
Gets rid of one of them. That's good. Nice shot from Patty. Jared's rock a little lighter this time around, so sweeper's working hard to get it to the top 12. All right, so Craig's got to come in the other way, I think, now.
It may actually be third shot there. It's hard to tell if it's out counting that back red.
Oh yeah, that is tough to say.
But Craig is going to be drawing for 1.
All right, Christy, trying to put that 12-foot rock back on her first throw.
Calling that guard out of hand.
Yeah, we heard a 3 from Jim.
Here comes Craig's last rock. Coming in from the opposite side of what he did before.
Yeah.
Craig calling for the sweep. And off.
Well, very nicely managed by
it's a little heavy,
It's a little heavy,
and just goes by the shot stone.
Looks like it's second shot,
Looks
though.
like
So look, the steal
of
of 1.
They're thinking about it, but it looks like they do agree on 1. This brings up Link's first stone.
Link is going to try to draw on the other side now that Christy got a very nice guard there just outside the rings.
Hit and roll on their red.
Looks like on sheet 2, he's going for a top 4-foot draw into the center. You can see they are still only got expecting about 3 feet of curl.
Laura's rock looking like it's got some
Little bit much. Going to be ending in the back 4 instead of the front 4.
still a button bag shot though, if we still have a button bag now.
Link's rock is little wide. Going to bounce off the yellow though. And ends up being a great shot.
To
Not
the
quite.
top 4, but it's a tappable rock for him.
It's a tappable rock, not quite shot, but good result from that.
All right, on sheet 1, Leslie Dutt being asked to take out the rock from Laura, and she will get right down to the nose of it. Nice shot from Leslie.
Sitting right on the pin here. Looks like Christy is thinking about taking out that yellow that Link just threw.
And Greg is signaling back 8. Wait, just to bump it back. Doesn't need to bump it a whole lot, just needs to kind of bump it back behind the tee line and into the 8 foot. All right, Laura now also hitting Leslie's rock.
Looks like this
Monica
one.
demonstrating a backward sweeping technique. Oh, now it's forwards.
Now she's over the top.
Yeah. The backward sweeping technique, if you want to see somebody do it in action, Tara Peterson on the U.S. women's team, skipped by her sister, Tabitha Peterson. You see Tara doing the backward sweep technique quite a bit. I would just say that if you were going to try it, you will need to look over your shoulder a lot to make sure that you do not trip over any rocks that are coming up. All right.
And we have on sheet 2 the attempt to pick out the yellow.
All
Does
right.
get it.
Very nice from Christy. So Link's got to draw against 4. For 1. Okay, we are trading hits back and forth on sheet 2, which tends to be what happens when you throw into the rings on your first rock. You kind of bait the other team into playing a hit game with you, and the benefit of doing so is that it keeps the score low. All right, Brian Beck's first rock. Monica working it to make sure it stays on the line. It kind of grabbed the center line and took off.
It just took off there and is going to be a little too wide.
All right, so that allows Craig to split the rings. So he's going to ask Brian Dutt to draw over to the wing and hopefully kind of set up something where he can get a deuce, at least.
And Link is getting ready here for his attempt to draw for 1 against 4 on sheet 1.
All right. Patty asking the sweeper how the weight is. Answer is it's light. And so it looks like they're going to have to go for line too, because that rock's is diving.
It just dove. It's on the guard already.
Oh no. Keep going. Raise the yellow. Keep going. Oh. All right.
No. That is a steal of 4
That's
for
Christy Kirchner's team.
Christy Kirchner's team, the Bucks County team.
All right, so on sheet 2, Brian looking to get the double. Brian Dutt's rock went a little deep, and so now there's a double that's been set up. That's Jared's asking Brian Beck to throw. All right, sweepers being asked to sweep hard. Looks like that is going to over curl and maybe just nose it.
Nose it.
Yeah, that kind of took off right after about 2/3 down the sheet.
Yeah, once it gets to that center line, it seems to grab a little bit more. Craig going to return the hit.
Craig's going
to try to roll a little bit wider.
Yep, get a little separation on the rocks.
Jim's first rock looks like it's going into the house. The call was for a top 4.
All right, well, Brian's rock getting called to sweep out of hand as well. That one looks like it's moving a little bit, and He's probably going to nose it from what we can
Perfect
see.
rock from Jim. Gets exactly the top 4. Link calling for it to sit on top.
Yep.
Yes, line. Yes, line.
Link calling for a line for sweeping by his sweepers.
It's going to over curl a little bit, but that will at least bite the rings.
Yep, bite the ring so Christy can make a play on it now.
Christy calling for control hit on it.
All right, Monica being asked to try the double now. Over on sheet 2.
Being called off on the sweep. Asking for curl. The sweeper kind of jumps into it.
Yeah, Brian trying to make that rock move over. Looks close.
Gets the one and over the top of the other.
Over the top. Very close.
Very close to a double.
Yep.
On sheet 1, the top rock was hit, and the shooter looks like it's just sticking around as a biter on the wing.
All right, so Link asking for Julie to
Throw a guard.
Throw a corner guard, yeah. He needs some guards to generate points. Otherwise, Christy's just going to hit everything. All right, Katie Daly over on sheet 2, being asked to draw to the opposite side, I believe is the call. Ideally level with the other rock, although that's going to put her behind the tee line. This one's
She is too
anyway.
heavy. This may be going out the back.
Yep, out the
Yes,
back.
it does. That leaves.
Well, Jared's going to make a hit and flop towards the middle on this one, trying to force Craig to 1.
And on sheet 1, a draw down and tap on the top 4. Looks like we have Christy calling for the pick out of the yellow.
All right. Christy asking her team to sweep Christina's rock out of hand.
Nice hit and stick.
All right. Craig trading a hit over on sheet 2. And Christina's rock getting rid of the red that was back there and just tapping that yellow back now to the top 4.
So Link with the question of what to do here, thinking about a guard to prevent the red-yellow run back.
All right, hard sweep call over on sheet 2 for, and Brian goes down, but he does not burn the rock, so that's the important part. And Katie's rock does make contact with the yellow and gets it out, loses a shooter, but now we've got an empty house. So we are looking like we're probably going to wind up with a blanked end again over on sheet 2, but we'll see.
It's possible. Looks like this yellow is looking pretty good for a guard, but it's probably going to over curl.
Looks like it's going to be a little deep.
Yes, actually that looks like it might be about into T-line range.
All right,
Just
so now
level,
there's a
so
double.
sink in 2.
No, I think it's slightly high.
It is slightly, but
Yeah. All right, well, Christy's just going to get rid of one of the yellows. If she gets a double on this, that's a bonus. Over on sheet 2, it's a freebie draw for Jared to the wing to make Craig have to chase it.
the shot on sheet 1 is coming down. Looking pretty happy with it. And does get a double and sits shot.
Very nice shot from Christina on the Bucks team.
Looks like
All right, Link is now looking like he needs to figure out how to get a rock to stick around. So he's going to try to wedge himself in between the two reds, I think is what the call was. All right, Jared gets a rock to the top 8. Craig is running down the ice to get to throw his rock.
Richard's rock looks a little heavy.
Well, no, the call was to wedge it between the 2 reds. So I don't think it's too heavy for that.
It's there. He says he's going to get on top of the
Other one. I think it overcurled just a smidge.
Yes.
Okay, but that's good because now Christy, if she tries to pick out that yellow, has a really good chance of hitting it so that she loses a red, but the yellow stays around. So that's why they called to sit on top.
But going after the other yellow out in that is just biting the forefoot. That was kicked out there by the previous shot.
All right, Craig's first shot.
He hits and flops over.
Yep, pretty long flop over to the edge of the forefoot. Jared ideally is going to hit it on the inside and flop his shooter over to the center, making the blank a little harder for Craig.
But he just ticks on the yellow that was just thrown and spins over the other yellow. We still have the shot biting the forefoot, but red is still sitting the 1.
All right, so Link is contemplating whether to move some of those red rocks now.
Those 2 red rocks, I mean, pretty much a nose hit. You have a pretty good double there.
Yep, so it looks like that's what the call is. All right, over here on sheet 2, Jared is trying to get a hit on Craig's rock. Looks like it's going to roll just a smidge, but not the way he wanted it to roll. So Craig's going to play for the blank here.
Could be a blank, could be 1.
A force of 1, depending upon where the rock lines up.
Looks like the rock has on sheet 1. Good
Very
double.
Nice shot.
Very nice
shot. Oh, Link's got to sweep that. Go, go, go. All right. Very nice shot from Patty.
That leaves Link sitting the 3.
Great shot from Patty. Okay, Christy thinking that she wants to draw underneath, or she could, I guess, double.
She called normal, so she's going to try to
get rid of
those 2 high yellows.
All right.
Craig's shot is away, and it looks wide.
Yeah, it looks wide and far. So, well, it's going to...
It just ticks it, and it is a blank for him.
It's a blank. All right. So we are into the 4th end over on sheet 2. I guess throwing hits makes your game go faster, so.
It does. So this, looking for the double here. Sweeping all the way. Ooh, almost gets the double, but not the one they were expecting.
All right, last call for dinner if you are in the warm room. The dinner was very delicious, as all the food was so far this Bonspiel weekend.
Link looking to put something back at the top of the house.
All right, Laura being asked to throw a shot to the top 4.
Looking like it might overcurl a little bit. No. Very nice.
Yeah, right to the top 8. All right, Craig is going to ask Leslie to get rid of it. Meanwhile, Patty is, they're electing to go on the outturn side to get a guard.
And it is off. They're calling 2-3 out of hand. Leslie's shot, pretty strong with sweeping right out of hand.
Brian working it hard. They will make contact.
Definitely making contact.
Slightly
and
low.
will stick around.
Good shot from Leslie Dutt.
Stick us around and rolls to the wings.
Pulling out though. So now we are going to start all over again.
Control weight hit on sheet 1. Looking to try to, might be able to get a long double here. Nope, just noses it. Leaves Link sitting the 1.
All right, over on sheet 2, we are still trading hits. Well, Brian Beck being asked to play the hit on the draw that Leslie threw as her second shot. Very nicely done by Brian. So other Brian will be asked to hit it back. All right, Brian's rock coming down. Craig asking his sweepers to sweep.
Meanwhile, Link's first stone is away for the draw.
All right, Brian's very nice hit, and Jared's just going to ask for the hit back. And try to flock over to the center a little bit more. Link's first rock looks a little hot.
Will
it'll settle in
pretty nicely at the T-line 4-foot.
All right. So now Christy.
Christy may try the angle raise, although it's pretty straight back.
I think it's a pretty straight back run. I think the house camera gives the deception that the rocks are more overlapping than they actually are, because when we look down the sheet, there is no overlap whatsoever on her reds.
Ryan Dutt taking a shot at taking out this yellow.
His rock's got to curl up a little bit. Looks like it's a little wide.
This one looks like it's, nope, does manage to stick around.
All right. Good shot from Brian. All right, Jared asking for the hit and flop from Monica. And over on sheet 1, Christy's going to try to raise one of her reds. Laura trying to make Monica's rock move over.
And it does end up staying right in the outer 12-foot at T-line.
All right, so Caitlin Bailey gonna...
Christie's rock is over curling and may actually squeak behind.
Oh, nope,
nope, just ticks over.
Oh, but gets a pretty good rub for second shot.
Yes,
so now the question is, can Link pick that out?
Even if he can, he's going to lose the shooter.
Yeah, but then it's for 2.
He could also try to follow and
just bump it back on an angle.
If he can bump that red back at an angle, he might be able to sit 3.
Yeah, the problem is when you actually look down the ice, at least from the left half, that red is completely buried.
Yes. You would likely have to tick off the center red into the side red.
Well, I think they're also eyeballing a red-red double, maybe? Is that what they're looking at?
You could try hitting that red on the outside into the red on the towards the center line, which should go pretty straight at the other red. But I'm not sure that the red that's sent towards the other red wouldn't end up in the center of the rings.
All right, well, Patty's got a broom down. Looks like it might be a draw.
Monica Walker draws to the pin. That's definitely a button bag shot.
Yep. Craig looking to have the hit again.
Link looks to be, can't tell if this is supposed to be a draw. It looks like it is supposed to be the draw for Link.
It's got to curl off that top red. Looks like it's going to tick it, actually.
Tick would be fine. And that, that is very close. But I think it was just one.
All right, over on sheet 2, Jared being asked to hit. Looks like it's only one yellow for Link, but that was a great effort on that one.
Looks like still trading hits here. This one needs to curl. Needs to curl if it's going to stick around. It does not stick around.
Well, I think we're headed to yet another blanked end. I do think eventually we're running low on ends for Craig to score, so.
Well, I mean, it's only the 4th. He can blank at least 3 more.
I suppose that is one strategy.
I believe that was Furby's strategy.
Yes, before we had the free guard zone rule, I suppose it was not uncommon to blank until the last end and win the game with your hammer.
Speaking of before another rule, there used to be a rule that you could hold on and release the rock at any point you wanted.
Oh,
and that lasted until someone won the Briar by sliding all the way down to the other side and setting the rock on the pin.
Then the magic of the hog line showed up. All right, we have a draw from Craig McKinlay coming down very nicely. Sweeper's just escorting it, saying we can't touch it.
Can't touch it, can't touch it. Looks like it should grab and hold on to the back. But
Monica's
no,
working it.
Monica's got it, and it's
biting.
very close.
All right, well, Jared may draw down to it for a force. Let's see what he decides to call.
Nope, hit.
He's going to hit it. Okay.
Here's Link looking for a draw around the center. Looks like it's more likely to hit the top guard.
I think it's light. I don't think it's getting over.
Oh no, that's hogged.
Yeah. All right, maybe it hits some sticky stuff out there. All right, Jared.
Jared's shot.
Top 12 or do you want it deeper? Top 12 or deeper?
Clean. And we make contact with the stone, and it rolls, 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 and it rolls out.
So we're going to have another blank on sheet 2.
Blank unless Craig decides to just take his one.
No, I think they're blanking. Over on sheet 1.
The red looks like it's going to be going to the wing.
Yep.
Just barely missing that guard.
Looks like it's going to be settling in nicely.
T-line weight.
All right. now Roger, Link's got to decide, are you going to make a play on these rocks, or are you going to try to draw around your center guard? I think he's going to ask, well, he could make a play on the one in the top 12 as well, too, and then kind of roll a shooter under, but it looks like he's asking for the draw.
He is looking for a draw, yeah.
All right, over on sheet 2, it is a blank. Leslie is thought about escorting the rock and then decided that no, in fact, it was going to make its way through the house without any issues. So we are going to start the 5th end over on sheet 2. The score currently is 3-0. Yellow, which is the Broomstones Philadelphia team.
And we are just under an hour left on the clock timer.
All right, so
that is plenty of time for them to get all 8 in the sheet 2, and probably still on sheet 1.
All right, Laura with her first rock, probably going to the top 4 again.
Line's good. Little narrow. Line's good. Always Brian. Always Brian.
Christina being asked to draw under the pile of center guards that we have over on sheet 1.
Looks like it was a little light out of hand, and maybe adding to the pile of center guards.
Center guards add excitement. You may notice that the house has a lot more rocks in it when we have guards as opposed to when we don't have guards, like what we see on over on sheet 2. Although it looks like
Craig
might be asking Leslie for a corner guard.
It did not look like a corner guard, but Link asking for the hit and flop under the center. Calling for sweep out of hand on sheet 1. Oh, yes, no, yes, no. Oh, look at this. And a double takeout.
Almost.
Almost. Very close to a double takeout.
Which would have been a button bag shot.
Could have been a button bag. Could have, would have, but a very long double.
All right, so Leslie throws a guard that actually covers the yellow rock that was thrown by Laura. So Laura's going to go around her yellow and try to get another one in there.
Go.
Line's good.
Guess Craig's changing the strategy from hitting everything to trying to add some guards.
I think we're back here.
Bucks County is trying to get around this center guard again, but it's going to be very, well, they got it. They got it.
Jess just asks, what was the original tone on the timer? It all seems like most teams have been able to get all 8 ends in. Yeah, so most teams have been able to get all 8 ends in.
I believe it was an hour and 50 minutes to start your 8th end. When the clock ends, it means that you can finish the end you're in, but no more.
And I think that's right. I think all the teams in the 5 o'clock draw got 8 ends in if they wanted them, and then
we have had some not get their 8th end in, but generally those teams are a little bit slower.
All right, Link asking for the draw now after Christie's team buried a very beautiful rock on the top 4. All right, now Brian Beck over on sheet 2 being asked to play a hit.
Leslie's second drawing into the top 4 corner frozen on the yellow on the button. Link yelling for a hard sweep. The rock
just a little short. The line was very nice though from Patty. All right, Christy now making an election to maybe hit that yellow. That's the other rock that's in the house.
And on sheet 2, the yellow runs into the red to just separate those rocks a little bit.
Well, Craig now looks like he's trying to set up for the battle of the angles. Now that we have decided that we will in fact keep rocks in play.
Greg, meanwhile, is looking to take out the other yellow in the house.
Yep, sweep out of hand. Called by Christy. She needs to avoid the jam on the yellow.
Which will be close, and she does avoid the jam and rolls into the forefoot.
Very nice shot from Greg. All right, so now Link probably needs to come in on the outturn side to get a piece of the button. Yep.
First shot.
So Patty's going to be asked to throw or draw.
Looks like Brian's first shot ends up short.
Okay. Stick here right here.
Other Brian now throwing.
Line's good. Line's good.
Peggy's shot
Looks kind of hot.
looks hot for a draw,
Always straight. It's curling.
and
Straight.
it's not going to curl enough to hit anything.
Over curling. Over curling.
All right, Brian back over on sheet 2, getting around the top guard and just being a
Second guard,
second guard.
making it a bit of a mess for Craig now.
Yeah, Craig is probably going to have to start peeling some stuff if he wants to be able to get into the middle. So
And that's what he's saying. He's going to try to raise that red into the pile.
all right, so Brian Dutt being asked to run some guards back.
Brian Dutt being told normal weight.
All
Greg's
right.
rock coming down and will end up as a guard in the center. Just ticking off that yellow, perhaps get a little separation.
All right, Jared thinking that he wants to control that center area again, asking for basically a tight 3 guard.
And where it just skips rocks. Looks like Link is going to try that same draw that he asked Patty to play. Monica's shot, trying to draw around.
I think the call is actually guard.
Line's good right now.
Although if they add to that pile,
Well, that's so long as it's in front. I think it's not.
well, they settled in very nicely as a 3 guard. 2 3
2
guard.
guard.
2 guard.
Here
And
comes
Craig's
Link.
now going to have to get rid of some more granite in the front.
Link's rock is coming. It also looks kind of similar to Patty's. A little lighter, so maybe we'll get something here. Needs to curl, but it's gonna curl. Yep. Looks
Roger's sweeping
good.
really
Looks
hard,
good. Looks
yeah.
good.
Oh,
And
very
right in there
nice.
for shot stone.
Very nice rock by Link. Good judgment by the sweepers. All right, Craig now consulting on sheet 2 about just how to get rid of the guards that are blocking his way to getting to the 4-foot in the center. And Christy's going to look like she's going to try to chip and pick that yellow out if she throws something like hack.
It will be a challenging shot, as it is.
But she's a lefty.
She is a lefty.
This is her intern side.
If she hits it a little thick, it's just going to jam into that back red.
I think she's just looking to skinny it and kind of spin it out. All right, we hear back 12 from the sweepers. Hack.
Looks like it's going to come up short and bounce off one of the center reds.
Alright.
Leaves a gap, but it's still not quite sure what Link's going to try here.
He's going to try to get a side of the other button. He does not have hammer this end. So really what he wants to avoid is giving Christy the opportunity to pick out the one yellow that he has nestled in there.
Well, that last red is probably going to guard that.
All right, Katie Daly over on sheet 2, moving some granite around, got almost a double peel on the guards. Got rid of one guard at the top, and then the yellow guard rolled all the way over to the wing that is now nibbling the 12-foot, but has opened up that line now.
You might catch the back one, but the red still goes. I like normal. You like that? Okay. Normal.
Looks like we have the call for Monica is a hit, trying to clear out that back red.
We don't want to make a hit and roll.
And Link's going to throw a draw to try to get a piece of the button from the other side.
Monica's shot is away. It's very close. Very close.
On off, just skirts the guard.
And
very nice
nails
shot.
the red right out of there.
Very nice shot from Monica.
Yellow now sitting 5 with Craig.
Craig's got to move some granite now.
Link shot coming down.
This one's going to curl. So they kind of need to go for weight as well.
That's got some good weight, but it's going to curl very closely. Hard sweeping. Just ticks off.
Oh,
but
that was allowed.
Does block the draw on the same path.
Yep. So now Christy may be eyeballing her red run. Unless she wants to run yellow, red to kick out the yellow, because that's really the only way that she has to come.
The yellow, red is there.
Oh, that's what she's eyeballing. All right. Katie Daly's second shot looked like it flashed.
Leaves.
Or maybe, it looks like it ticked one of the yellows maybe under cover.
So looking to try to get a guard here.
Yeah, I think Jared is looking to guard so that there's no run available. But we all know that Craig can throw a whole lot of weight so he can get some granite moving.
Yeah, but he's got to get a lot of stones out of the way to sit shot.
All right, Christy's going to try the yellow run, which is going to be very exciting.
And normal. Sweepers on it immediately. Here it comes. 1, 2. It hit the red out and hit the yellow, but now which one is shot?
Looks like they know. All right. Well, that was a very nice, double angled raise and then some from Christy.
Looks like it was yellow who scored, so that's a steal of 1 for Link's team. Mystic Ice. Brings the score to 5-2.
All right, over on sheet 2, Craig.
Looks like the call is for a draw.
Yeah, he's got a lot of granite in the way for a hit. So looks like he's gonna have to draw for
Well, it looks like the straight hit is now guarded,
Yep, that was Jared's best rock. Our most recent
leaving
rock.
Craig with not a lot of options other than the draw, especially when he is drawing against 5.
All right, Julie with a nice guard on her first shot.
Middle guard, little off center line.
Christy going to the wings, I believe, on her first rock from Jim. All right, Craig.
Craig is going for that draw. Lots of room is the call.
Yep. Might be a little heavy. Oh, no, it's coming down.
Ryan's on it. Yes, it is very close. Very close.
Gotta get it by the guards. Gotta get it by the guards. Keeps moving.
By the guards, by the guards. It looks like it is in there for a second shot,
Very nice.
or at least very close. It looks like either way they're going to try to guard again.
All right,
Julie's second shot.
All right, Jared just looking to guard the tap on the red, I think, for his second rock.
Jim on sheet 1 looking to take out the stone. And nose will be possibly biting. Sheet 2, they're calling 2. Be a good weight for a guard. It looks like they're not worried about it.
No, I think they just need that rock to stop. All right. So now what does Craig have?
Well, he can still run that yellow back into the red, and a straight, pretty much straight back on that yellow should hit the red at an angle to the one on the pin.
All right, that looks exactly like what they're doing. So they're setting up the
Richard's shot just ticking. Now on sheet 1 they got 2 red biters.
All right, and Christy's asking for the come around from Christina on sheet 1. Sheet 2, this looks like what, like
And this is,
like hack to bumper weight? Is that
oh
what I
no,
said?
he's going for a lot of weight is my guess.
But the broom is very far out for that.
Well,
No, no.
well, that was lighter than I thought. Line looks wide, but I guess the rock is wide. Leslie trying to curl it.
Looks like he hits it a little high.
Hits a little high, little light.
Is it 1 and 2 or just 1?
It's 1 or 2.
Alright. Slink asking Roger here on sheet 1 to draw underneath the center guards. Oh, I'm sorry. Richard for the come around. All right, Laura on sheet 2 asking you to get, Jared's asking her to throw to the top 4.
Link drawing behind the guards. Top.
Richard's shot very nicely, getting to the top 8 behind the guards.
Christy looking to
Get rid of some
split
rocks.
the guards out. Back button for sheet 2. Craig going for a guard.
Christina's rock on sheet 1 over curling just a smidge.
Ends up with just as many guards as he had before.
Well, and it gives right now that red rock that's in there that Christy can.
That is a power
angle
rock
back,
there.
So that's a good rock, and I think Link wants to get rid of it. Or no, he wants to guard it. That's what the signal is. Laura being asked to draw under in the other direction.
Looks like the draw will come down to the button.
So nice pair from Laura for draw weight on both sides.
Underneath the red guard, so Craig is looking to stick on the pile.
Yep, and then he did have set up to run his red center guard.
Richard, meanwhile, is going hard on this to get this over the line.
Keep going, keep going. Oh, just a little bit short. All right, Brian working very hard on Leslie's second rock.
And call is off. Looks like it's got enough weight. Just encouraging a curl a little bit and right onto the pile.
All right, nice shot from Leslie. Jared, recognizing that angles don't really favor him at the moment, is wanting to get one.
Get a angled stone of his own. Greg, meanwhile, relaying the promote on the red into the yellow on sheet 1.
Hard, Jimmy! Hard, Jimmy! Hard, Jimmy!
Greg just getting to the inside of the red and knocking it out of the rings. Oh, and sheet 2, the yellow just ticks the guard.
Oh, but it winds up in still a pretty good spot for them. Now,
Still
I
a
think,
decent shot.
I think Craig's going to try to utilize that to maybe get rid of some.
Right on center.
Yeah, he looks like he's going to try to hit, and if he's going to roll over, he's not going to get a double, but that's not the end of the world. Patty, meanwhile, being asked for a draw on sheet 1. Brian Dutt's line is coming.
Patty telling her sweepers that they need to take a look on her rock. She thought maybe it was a little bit heavy out of hand.
Oh, and a nice shot by Brian, taking the yellow out and spilling right over the top. Sitting 4th stone, but still biting the 4. Patty's rock getting into the 4-foot in the back.
But open at the moment, so Christy's going to ask Greg to just basically come down.
From Greg's position, it's probably partially covered, but guards are high enough certainly to get it. This one looking to be a guard on sheet 2, just underneath the red.
Hurry!
Taking away the red run. Oh, some great
Oh,
sweeping.
just ticked on sheet 1.
Great sweeping, though, from Jim and Christina.
It It just ticked the slightest amount, but it's still redirected onto their target stone. It just ends up being a little bit more open.
So Link now going to looking to make a play on that, maybe a hit and flop.
Hit and roll underneath would be what I expect.
All right, Brian coming down with a hit. Leslie and Katie.
Gotta go.
Oh.
And it ticks off the center line. And rolls against the boards.
All right, well, now the red is opening up just a smidge of that intern side. So Jared says, let's go high. Might give him something later if he wants it, or it makes the run for Craig harder because the angles aren't really lined up on the red rocks right now to drive into the yellow. All right, Link with his first rock on sheet 1. What fun facts can you tell me about the Link's team? I think they filled out a survey, right?
Link filled out a survey. He was the only one.
He kind of was responding for his wife, too, so that's like half the team.
Looks like Link's rock needs to curl a bit more.
Well, it's going to nose it.
It's going to nose and, just a little bit. But only half an hour left on the timer, which means Link is in danger of not being able to get all 8 ends.
All right, well, Katie over on sheet 2 being asked to make a run peel, I think, on the guards to get rid of some stuff in the center.
So Link's other hobbies include sailing, screen printing, working around the house farm, and taking a walk with Patty. I want to know if he does screen printing, why he does not have his own team t-shirt.
I agree. That is something that someone should ask him after the game, that we would expect that they would have some cool team shirts that he printed up for them. What else can you tell me?
Link was on the winning rink for the New York International Spiel, also known as the Big Apple, from 1981 and 1988.
I wasn't even born in 1981.
Oh, and Christie's team hitting the yellow but spilling out to the outer edge. Leaves yellow still sitting 1, and Link's last rock will be a draw.
Will definitely be a draw to try to get underneath that line of centers, because I don't believe they have hammer, and Christie's going to also try to draw there too. So
yellow on sheet 2.
He's looking for a center guard. They're looking to replace that line that has now opened up after Katie Daly's first rock.
Sweeping hard to get just a piece of the center line.
Yep. All right, Craig now looking at things saying, okay.
Angle raise on his red.
If they hit it high, an 1/8 of a rock, that should drive it back into the angled pile. Make some yellow go, hopefully.
Link's last rock is away. Sweeper's on it at the outset.
All right, he's going to look at the weight.
Craig calling for sweep on his rock. Hard, hard, hard. And no.
A little too thick.
It does leave an in out, or an
in off.
In off.
Or an angled raise, angled slash.
Link's rock is a little deep, ends up in the back 12, but is still second shot.
All right, well, Christie's got a draw now. She just needs to get
She just
full
needs
8.
to draw full 8, and she will have 1.
All right. Jared contemplating whether he should just get rid of that red.
I think he is looking to do that.
Monica says we can also guard it. I guess if you're going to guard that way, you have to come inside out, since otherwise you're probably standing on the boards and then some.
Christy, meanwhile, setting off her draw against 2. Sweeper's on it, saying it needs a little bit.
It's all weight.
Yeah. Sweeper's working it, working hard. Looks like they've got it. Just got to keep going a little bit more. Very nice sweep.
And
very nice throws for Christy's throw for 1. Very
bites
nice.
the yellow, bites the 4-foot for 1.
All right.
Makes the score 6-2 after 5 ends.
So they've got 26 minutes to play 2 more ends.
And start the next, which is looking unlikely.
Well, they just need to play some more hits on that sheet, just like sheet 2 did.
Sheet 2, meanwhile,
Is on the first of Skip's rocks.
and is trying to guard that red in off. But the rock looks like it's curling a bit much.
Well, I think it got on the inside edge, which is what they were looking for.
Did get on the inside edge,
Oh,
but
Craig's
he still has the angle run back.
wow, he's gonna have to.
He's gonna really have to just get that.
He's gonna have to not over curl and accidentally run the yellow.
Well, even if he runs the yellow, it's not gonna do a whole lot of harm.
No, but then he's left with a sandwich of colors that are not his.
That is true.
All right, so they need what? 1/8 quarter of the rock? Can't even see from this angle.
Can't tell from here. Does look awfully tight for getting just a piece of the outside.
I do think Craig's gonna throw some weight at this, so maybe
Parking
that's
lot
why.
weight, perhaps?
Parking lot weight. Oh, that's a big lift. So, yep. Sweeper's running rate.
Brian, hard is called, really hard, really hard, really hard, off the yellow.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and that does not help them.
Well,
That-
it kind of does in the sense that now he's got that yellow, yellow, red, yellow, yellow run. That,
It's just as likely to knock the red out as it is to promote it.
yeah, it depends on how you hit it, which I think,
He's got to hit the red at an angle, otherwise it will squirt out when it hits the one on the pin.
yep. All right, so Jared with his last rock on sheet 2. And over on sheet 1, we have Jim Fannin coming in with his second rock to the top 4. Very nice. All right, Link coming down on top of it.
Jim likes to let people know that at Bucks County they don't have a closing time because, well, they don't sell, so they never have to stop drinking.
Yeah, I think we heard from some other folks from Bucks over the weekend that, yeah, the party never ends there. So,
Well, on sheet 2, that yellow freezes against the red that Craig wanted to use, making it very difficult to do anything with it.
yep. All right, Christy asking for top 8.
Currently sitting 2 on sheet 1. Craig's thinking hard about this.
Well, I think he's trying to figure out if there's any way to drive any of the guards back to basically skinny that top yellow and make it spin to the right, because you need to kind of basically slash across the red in order to get any yellows to move back there.
Meanwhile, Christina's rock is coming along nicely for being buried under the yellow guard.
Yeah. What other fun facts do we have that Jim Fannin has told us?
Let's see. Favorite food, pizza. If he had a superpower, he'd want to be able to read minds.
Oh, okay.
He did win the Kaiser in 2023, which was this past year's Kaiser.
Oh yeah, when where was it at? I don't even remember. But congratulations to them for that win.
Jim was also an 11-pound newborn.
Oh my.
That was quite large.
And his dream job is apparently to be a professional beer tester.
It's one of those jobs that sounds like it'd be good, but probably is not so great in the reality.
Well, I kind of get the feeling that a lot of professional beer tasters wind up also owning their own brewery, and it kind of goes hand in hand. So you might have to.
Well, maybe, but you can just imagine having to test all the bad ones.
That would not be so fun. All right, they have decided over on sheet 2 that the slash way is going to come in on the yellow. So Craig's going to make an attempt at it.
Meanwhile, Christina's going to try to draw on top of
the yellow.
On top of the yellow in the back of the forefoot.
All right, what else you got for me?
Jim's describe yourself in 2 words is always narrow.
That's because he wants to make his sweepers do some work. So
Which is different from our doubles team name, which is wide and heavy.
that is true. All right, very nice route coming in from Christina.
Let's go through the court.
And that one is top 8.
Yep, it's in a great spot. Easily tappable, is in the draw path right now. So
Backline weight.
So it
Blake is
looks
going to make a play on the
Red.
red that is right behind the tee line.
that red is likely shot, and if he can knock it out and roll under, he could sit 2.
Yep.
Here comes, oh, it not going against the one I thought.
Nope, that doesn't do
Does
much.
not help, and a steal of 2 on sheet 2.
All right. All right, I think Craig is shaking.
Craig is shaking, sheet 2 handshakes.
All right, so we will see Team Wydysh at 11:30 in the A event finals, and Craig McKinley's team we will see at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning.
For the D event finals,
Yep.
also known as the bronze medal game.
Yep, also known as it's 9 a.m., it's too early.
But don't worry, because there will be bacon.
That's true, there will be bacon. All right.
Meanwhile, we have, looks like Greg has a shoelace malfunction.
Uh-oh. We do not want any shoelaces that could cause a potential tripping hazard. That is definitely not something advisable on the ice.
Didn't see what happened on the last shot, but it doesn't look like it had changed anything.
Could have probably been wide and just flashed. Maybe that's what happened.
That would be living up to our team name.
Especially on the outturn side. All right.
And we have, looking for a guard here to block the draw path against.
We heard 3-4 out of hand. Sweepers hard at work.
Applause in the warm room for the teams playing.
That just came off of sheet 2. All right, what else you got for me for fun facts?
Well, let's see. Who else we got? We got
Did Greg fill out something?
Greg did. However, he had some interesting answers. As we learned earlier, they're all flat earthers, according to Greg.
Oh, okay.
He was born at parts unknown and currently lives on the van down by the river.
The Chris Farley reference, how we all miss Chris Farley.
Yes. He started curling to get out of his parents' house for a few hours.
Legitimate endeavor.
He has not been a member of any other curling club, but he did get added to the Pine No, not the Pineland. Yes, the Pinelands mailing list. So he feels like an honorary member.
Well, always good to support the arena clubs.
His occupation is hustler and bustler.
Is he a bartender?
I don't know. But he did say the green and yellow houses were added at Bucks to avoid confusion with the red and blue hockey lines.
One has to wonder what happens if you have colorblind people playing.
Shapes. I think the rocks would be the worst part.
Oh, yeah, that would definitely be tough. All right.
Especially if you had, like, some red and green rocks.
That would be tough. All right, this rock coming in a little bit light.
Yes, it's going to be
But-
just short.
Getting in the draw pathway, which is good.
Yes. Now we have kind of all sorts of thing, and it looks like Christy is asking Greg to draw in.
Greg says his favorite food is milk steak. I don't know what milk steak is.
I think it's a type of dog bone.
All right. He also wants to retire.
And he saw the Bacon Brothers perform at the 2010 Philadelphia Folk Fest.
So he's got a 1-degree connection to Kevin Bacon.
Oop. And that, by definition, makes everyone here no more than 2 degrees.
Ooh, that's a very good point. All right. Jamie Belafontaine has joined us over here in the commentary bench. We don't actually have a booth. It's a very
It's a very
hard
uncomfortable bench.
wooden bench that I think someone may have brought in as a I no longer want this piece of furniture.
Link calling Patty to raise the yellow.
Yep.
Hello, Curling World.
Jamie says, hello, Curling World. What facts would you like to tell us about your team before your game tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.?
That's a good one. What would be great is if there's a survey of some kind where I could fill that out.
Would you like the link? I can send you the link. All right.
In fact,
I don't think I ever turned off
I
the-
think she did send it to you once.
Actually, that was Sean's job as the Bonspiel coordinator. That was not my job. Yes, you should have all of your teammates fill this out before tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. because, well, I don't know. I'm not commentating that game because that's way too early for me.
You're not.
If you could get it so we could commentate from home, I'd consider it, but I don't know if I'm coming in at 9 a.m. That's a little much. I'll get you the link.
Not quite on the promote there. Now we have, however, Christy going for a yellow-red promote. We have 14 minutes left, so it looks like they will get the 7th end and no more. Pun 2 being called. Just trying to prevent the promote. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. I can still hear me.
All right. Well, I hope we're still
You're back. There we go.
hearable. All right. So Link with his first rock of the skip stones is looking to draw in.
And if he can just get on top of that red and tap it back, he could be sitting 2, which would be very helpful. Good line being called. Sweep it, sweep it! Oh, just too late on the sweep call and ticks off the guard.
All right, well, Christy's going to look like she's going to try to guard that up again.
Now the guard coming up.
This one's all the way out to the full 12.
That means it may stick out there.
It's got to come back a little bit, which it is right now, but it looks
There it
heavier.
is. It's coming back. It is a little heavy, but
Should work out.
no, it's just going to be too heavy, leaving the path in still there.
All right, so the draw slash tap on the red is still there now.
He could even tap off the outer one into the lower one.
Yep. I think nose on the red is just fine, actually. You don't even need to roll
red?
anywhere. The red that's in the back forefoot.
The red on the side forefoot. Yes, nose would be fine, but that's buried.
Well, I think they're throwing probably backline weight.
He's got to be careful because it doesn't curl very easily on this line.
Come through that port just to their shot block. Yeah. You can move it back a couple of inches.
All right, we are definitely only going to get 7 ends in. We are down to 10 minutes on the game clock. All right, Link with his shot.
Got plenty of weight on it.
This looks like more than back 12.
Yes, it looks like he's going to curl in. Come on. Is he going to hit off that top one? Oh.
All right.
Now it's a question of which one is it?
Oh, this is tough.
And Link shakes, and that is the end.
All right, so we have our final matchups for tomorrow's set. We will see Christy Kirchner's team versus Jared Wydysh's team for the A event final at 11:30, and then for the D event final, we will have Link Heffner's team play
Craig MacKinlay.
Craig MacKinlay, which is the half Philadelphia +1 from Ardsley team. I guess 3 from Philadelphia, 1 from Ardsley.
And so that is the end. The next game is at 9, and the finals will be at 11:30.
All right, so the 9 a.m. draw tomorrow morning is the C event finals and the D event finals. So the C event final will be between Ian Alexander's team, which is the Philly, not Cape Cod, last minute entry, versus Topper Waters' team from Potomac, and they're going to play on sheet 1 at 9 a.m. And then on sheet 2 at 9 a.m. will be the D event finals, which is the Link Heffner's team that we just saw, and
Craig MacKinlay.
Craig MacKinlay's team. And then for our A event final, which is going to be on sheet 1 tomorrow at 11:30, we have Christy Kirchner versus Jared Wydysh. And then for the B event final on sheet 1, that doesn't seem right, but
Also sheet 1.
Also
They're
sheet
going to
1.
play on the same sheet.
they're playing the same sheet, all right, is going to be Gallegos from Ardsley versus Mike Lessner, the half Philadelphia, half Diamond State team. All right, we will see you all tomorrow.